Imagine two players logging into the exact same MMO. Player 1 spawns inside a wealthy capital city. Safe guards, helpful NPCs, experienced guild members, quest givers everywhere, a bustling marketplace, the best trainers just a few steps away. Now imagine Player 2. They spawn deep in the wilderness. No map, no guild, weak gear, hostile monsters, no idea where to go. Which player has the easier path? Most people would say Player 1. Now here's the uncomfortable question. What if that's exactly how real life works? Your family, your country, your school, your neighborhood, even the language you're born speaking, they're all a part of your spawn point. You don't choose any of them, but they influence almost every quest you'll face. The good news? Your spawn point affects the difficulty. It doesn't decide the outcome. In almost every RPG, your starting location matters a lot. It determines what resources are nearby, which enemies you'll fight first, who teaches you, what opportunities you even know exist. Real life is surprisingly similar. Your spawn point includes things like your country, your state or city, your neighborhood, your family, your household income, your parents' education, your school, your friends, and your community. You don't choose any of these. Some players are born into families that own businesses, others are born into families working 3 jobs just to survive. Some grow up surrounded by entrepreneurs, others never meet a business owner until adulthood. Some have parents who teach them investing at 16, others don't hear the word index fund until they're 30. The same game, very different starting zones. That doesn't mean one player automatically wins, but it absolutely changes the early game. One of the biggest advantages isn't even money, it's language. If you were born speaking English, you already received one of the strongest passive buffs in the game. Think about it. Most of the world's largest businesses operate in English. The majority of programming documentation is written in English. Many of the best books, courses, podcasts, and research papers are all available first in English. The internet itself heavily favors English speakers. Imagine 2 players trying to learn the exact same skill. One can instantly access millions of free videos, books, communities, and tutorials. The other first has to translate everything. That's not impossible, but it is another obstacle. Language is like unlocking an entire region of the game. It's an advantage many people never even realize they have because they've always had it. Every RPG character starts with different attributes: strength, intelligence, charisma, dexterity, luck. Real life has starting stats too. Maybe you naturally learn quickly, maybe you're incredibly disciplined, maybe you're outgoing and confident, maybe you're naturally athletic, maybe you have incredible emotional resilience, or maybe those areas started much lower. Some people grow up speaking confidently because that's what they saw every day. Others spend years overcoming fear of speaking. Some people are taught discipline early, others have to build it from scratch. None of this is your fault. But once the game starts, those are the stats you begin with. The important part is remembering something gamers already know. Starting stats are not final stats. Leveling exists for a reason. Here's something most people underestimate. Information compounds. Imagine 2 18-year-olds. Player A already knows how credit works, how investing works, how taxes work, how compound interest works, how to negotiate salary, how to budget. Player B, on the other hand, knows none of those things. Not because they're less intelligent, simply because nobody ever taught them. That's like giving one player the official strategy guide, while the other has to discover every mechanic by trial and error. Information doesn't guarantee success, but it dramatically reduces unnecessary mistakes. That's why one of the highest ROI investments in life is simply learning. Every book, every podcast, every mentor, every new skill helps you level up. Here's where many people get stuck. They focus so much on where they started that they stop paying attention to where they're going. Think about any MMO you've ever played. A level 60 player from a different starting zone will always beat a level 5 player who started in the richest city. Levels matter, experience matters, time invested matters. Some people spend years complaining about their starting area. Others quietly grind. They level their skills, they upgrade their equipment, they join better guilds, they learn new strategies, and eventually, nobody even remembers where they spawned. They only see the character they built. Real life works the same way. You can't choose your parents, you can't choose your birthplace, you can't choose your childhood, but you can choose what books you read, who you spend time with, what skills you build, how healthy you become, those are all choices. Those are all skill points. Look, life isn't perfectly fair. Games aren't either. Some characters absolutely start with advantages. Acknowledging that isn't being negative, it's simply understanding the map. But here's what every great RPG teaches us. Your starting zone is temporary. Your character is permanent. Some players spawn in castles, some spawn in the wilderness. Some begin with legendary gear, some begin with nothing but a wooden sword. That's reality. But life isn't won by who had the best spawn point. It's won by who keeps completing quests, who keeps earning experience, who keeps investing skill points, or who refuses to stop leveling. Because eventually, nobody asks where your character started. They only notice what level you've become. So here's your challenge. Think about your own character. What advantages did your spawn point give you? What disadvantages did it give you? Now ask yourself one more question. What's one skill you can level this week that your starting zone can no longer hold back? Because your spawn point is fixed, but your character is still being built.